feel like we finna change the cycle, ayy. That's more success, you know we thriving, ayy. That's more depression for our rivals, ayy. Could teach a lesson on survival, ayy. You know I'm from the bottom.
Welcome back, wealthy people. What's down with it? It's your boy David Bellard, one half of the Black Wealth Renaissance crew. Here with my brother from another jail. And what's good with you?
What's out, man? How you doing, my brother? I am great, feeling lovely, feeling blessed, feeling blacktastic. Fantastic,
Indeed.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Oh, that boy
man,
feeling
I look
too
so
good,
and I feel amazing.
Hey, man, I look better and I feel better. You know what I'm saying? Look, I was feeling rough earlier today, dog. I ain't gonna lie. Like,
wow, what happened with that, man?
Nah, you know how sometimes your energy just be off? Like, you just wake up, your energy just off. And I was feeling just droopy and dreary. But then I decided, like, on my lunch today.
Drained?
I don't even know if it was drained, bro. It just felt like meh. Like, I was just like, like, just had that type of energy. But then I was like, man, I feel tired, but I'm not tired. So instead of, like, laying down and being inactive, I decided, hey, on my lunch today, man, I'm going to go get active. Let's go work out. Let's go move my body. Man, it took my energy through the roof, bro. I've been feeling better ever since, dog. So, you know how they say that movement is medicine?
I love it.
If you listening to this, get your ass off your ass and go move.
Hey. Chill out with that cussing. That's your first warning.
All right. My bad. But hey,
man,
okay.
But I feel the same way, bro. And it's kind of interesting because I actually heard a clip today. It was Joe Rogan. I don't know where I was hearing it at. You might have been watching. I don't know where I actually heard it.
I wasn't watching no Joe Rogan.
Okay. Well, I heard it today. And basically it was saying whenever he spoke to David Goggins had told him.
That psychopath.
But what he told him is sometimes I just stare at my running shoes for an hour before I even actually go run because I don't want to. But the choice isn't the fact that, I don't want to, is what do I have to do to go ahead and go do it? What do I have to do to go ahead and overcome? And that's what Joe Rogan was saying is it's not how mentally strong you are, because you're always going to battle with wanting to do it and not doing it. It's how do you figure out how to successfully overcome that challenge every time. So that I heard that message and I was like, ooh, that's kind of fire.
Yeah, definitely, bro. It's one of those things. It's like you gotta. For me, I was thinking like, okay, think about what your future self wants, not what your self wants in this moment. And it's like, you might feel crappy right now, and it might be easier or more comfortable just to lay down and take a little nap. But is that going to solve the root issue? You know, like a lot of times you relax when you really probably should be moving. Movement good for your mental health, is good for your body, it's good for everything, realistically. Like, even if you got pain, whenever you sore from working out, resting don't fix the soreness. Active rest does. Active rest does. Active rest, bro. You gotta still move around. If you just lay down all day, you gonna stay so forever.
You just that stiffness gonna set in.
It's gonna set in. But if you just do some active, you gotta take a little light walk. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Stretch. You gotta move your body, man. So yeah, that got my energy up. I'm feeling good. Ready to pod. Ready for another amazing episode. So I don't want to take it too long without getting into it, y'all. So we'll just get straight into it. Y'all, before we get to it, though, make sure you leave us that 5-star rating and review. We need that. It helps us continue to grow the show. You watching on YouTube, subscribe, like, hype, all that good stuff. Go ahead, join us on Patreon. You can join the Patreon, get early access to episodes. We got our tiers set up. We got content coming out on there. So y'all definitely tap in with us on the Patreon. And you can join for free.
Are going to be exclusively on Patreon.
There you go.
There you go. Right now. Interviews will be exclusively on Patreon.
Indeed. So y'all make sure y'all hop on over there because we got some good stuff in the works for y'all on that side of things. But this episode is going to be a little different than what y'all been getting from us lately. I know we've been a lot on the news and macroeconomics, but this time, guys, we want to get a little...
Talking a lot of all these other things.
Yeah. This episode, we want to get a little bit more personal. Put some of the personal back in personal finance and business, man. So we got some topics. We got some things we're going to discuss, and definitely want to have this as an open forum conversation. We want to hear from you with some of these questions. So if you hear anything
some of this hit home, let us know.
Shoot us an email. Go on Patreon. You can shoot us a message on there. That'd be the quickest way to reach us, honestly. You send an email, it might get lost in the shuffle. Shoot us on Patreon. You might get us back.
Direct message,
we might respond to you in 3 minutes.
Boom, bam, bam.
Yes, sir. Indeed. So, Jalen, I'll let you kick it off with us, brother. What you got to start us off with, man?
Man, so I actually came across this video on Instagram. So I'm going to go ahead and put it up.
Instagram.
You can see it?
I can see it.
Bet.
You ain't shut the audio.
It's out of
okay, it just started with the audio.
Anything where your business is associated and it also says black owned, take that shit out. Remove it completely. You don't see any other race doing that shit. You don't see it saying white owned business, Mexican owned business, Russian owned business, Chinese owned business. Take that out. No one cares. If anything is deterring your customers that you may want to tap into that market, and they're not going to come shop with you, because why are you putting black owned in anything with your business? It doesn't matter. No one cares. Take it out. You're holding yourself back. No, race doesn't matter in business. Okay. What matters is the service that you're providing. Are you professional? Are you reliable? Do you do what you say you're going to do when you are going to do it? Are you following up on your words, your promises? That's what matters. Your race does not fucking matter. Take that shit out of your fucking bio. Take it out of anything to do with your business. No one cares. And people don't want to see that. You're hurting your business. You're not helping your business. Now, there are certain certificates that you can get, but those that you get, minority-owned business, women-owned business, you can get those certificates. But when you get those certificates, you only use them for getting a grant, getting funding, putting in bids for government contracts or state contracts. That's when it matters. But it's on a certificate, and you have to go through the certificate process and apply, and they verify everything. And then you get granted that certificate. That is the only fucking time that matters. But people who have those certificates don't necessarily need to put that out there either. It's only when it matters, when it comes to funding or getting government contracts. Otherwise, take it out of your bio. Okay? Seriously, like, we got to grow up. We have to grow up. Your target market may not even be the Black community. They may not even be the ones that's supporting you. Okay? Like, when I see Black-owned business, especially if it's a restaurant, I'm going the other fucking way. I'm not doing it. And I don't know why. And I understand being proud. I guess it's just because we're proud that we have a business, but take that shit out. It's doing more harm than good at this point. Okay? Remove it. Love you. Bye.
Preach, sister. Preach, sister. Preach, sister.
Why can she cuss so damn much and I can't? First off, let's start with that.
I didn't even pay attention to the cuss words.
She said F-bombs and S this, and you just got on me for saying the word ass.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm going to edit it out.
But I don't like that take, man. I don't like that take. I don't like the take because it seems a little anti-Black. Personally,
that's crazy.
When it comes to Black businesses, I will support a business specifically because it is Black. Now, does being Black absolve you from being a good business owner? No, not at all. If you're a trash Black business, you're just a trash business. They're trash white businesses, trash Indian businesses. But the idea that saying you're a Black business is holding you back, I don't agree with that. Fundamentally, I don't see how that would be the determining factor. Because what you're saying, like, oh, because you put Black business on your bio or on your business somewhere on, Google had the thing at one point where you could put Black owned business there. You're saying you're going to lose business because of that? Them motherfuckers wasn't going to buy nothing from you in the first place. So,
okay. I'm going to keep on going.
Let's be real. Like, it's just, to me, it seems like you're saying that saying you're a Black business is going to be the main thing holding you back. Whether you're Black owned or not, if you're excellent, you're excellent. The Black owned part not hurting you. It's being subpar. It's not knowing your numbers. It's not training your staff. It's not building a viable business. It's having poor customer service practices. That's the issue, not the black owned part. Like, don't tell people the black owned part is the problem. That's my take on it.
I hear you. I definitely agree with some of your takes, but there's a lot of part of your takes that I don't agree with. Once again, okay. I'm going to say preach, sister, because automatically, whenever you do hear the words black-owned business, a lot of the times, people do have this stigma or this stench that comes with it that you're going to be, one, overpriced. You're going to be what? Like, let's talk restaurants, let's talk about food services, let's talk about clothing and everything like that. The moment they hear that, oh, I got a black-owned business, they are going to come with this stigma that they feel like you weren't delivered this certain level of product. To me, what I'm picking up is she's not saying that being a black-owned business is why you're not getting customers, because you can still be black-owned without touting it. I think what I hear and what I interpret whenever I hear that is, don't make being a black-owned business the sole identity of your business, right? How are you leading with your core values? What are your core values? A lot of people think that being a black-owned business is the core value of a business, right? You don't even know what your mission statement is. You don't even know some of the things that you need to actually do to set up a successful business, but you say it's a black-owned business. Oh, you will say, I'm a black-owned t-shirt company, I'm a black-owned restaurant, but no, what are you really in? What industry are you in, right? If you are food, you're hospitality. If you are in clothing, you're fashion. You're so much more than just, I'm a black-owned business. And I think that's what she's saying is you get caught up and hung up of being a black-owned business. But I also did hear the part where she's like, it's holding you back. The part with the holding back, I do 100% think that just solely relying on, oh, I'm a black-owned business is hindering some people, because once again, they allow that to be their identity, and they think that because they're a black-owned business, that the black community is supposed to help their business grow, right? And yes, we know that the black community has a very, very powerful purchasing power, over $1.7 trillion last time I checked. It might be more than that. But just because we say black owned doesn't mean that, once again, you're going to service the black community. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I kind of struggled with that at first whenever we first started Black Wealth Renaissance, because I do want to see how can we help everybody? And when I say help everybody, how can we bring this message to more than just the black community? I felt, me personally, I remember I had these conversations with you. I felt like it was going to pigeonhole or put us in a certain caliber or a certain corner because we had the words black in it. I'm not saying that we weren't looking out for our black people, that we weren't echoing and telling the stories of black entrepreneurs, but I did feel like at one point that would put a ceiling on us, because a lot of people will look at you. It's kind of like whenever you say small business, right? Whenever you say I'm a small business owner, a lot of people, they think of very small. But a small business by the government standard is anything from what? 500,000, I think it's 10 million according to SBA.
And I think less than 250 employees or 500 employees, yes. Something like that, yeah.
Is the profit size and the employee side. You're correct. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. I just said the profit size. But a lot of people get caught up on being a small business when, once again, they're probably a solopreneur, or they are just a limited partnership with the LLC or something, and they think a small business. But once again, your small business can be so much greater than what you're thinking about. And I do like how she said, you don't have to hide that identity and you don't have to blast it to the world, but you can still use that identity that you have to get certain grants, to get certain funding, because there is certain things that you can get for being a minority supplier, for being a black-owned business. I think
we talked about that with Dr. Cass for everybody that wants to know.
I forgot
go look for that episode.
What the actual term of it was, bro. The term of it is
it's like a
is it
MBD?
SME or something?
No. SME is subject matter expert. There are minority. It's like MBD something. Go listen to the episode, y'all. Yeah. But I'm cutting you off because I don't want to hear that shit no more. And I want to tell you this, right? I still disagree. I fundamentally agree with the idea that black owned doesn't mean black only. And I can give leeway in the idea that putting black in your name does cap you from certain people. It does. but it caps you from people who have an issue with the fact that you're black. I don't want to deal with you anyway, because once you walk in and see me, you're going to have an issue anyway. So, like, I can understand that portion of it. Now, whenever we start talking about scaling, growing, yeah, okay, of course. You don't have to brandish yourself as a black-owned business, but I think it's a thing of pride that we need in our community. We need people to show that, yes, I look like you and I did this. One of the richest black men in the world, David Stewart, his company, he don't say it's black-owned, but it's technically black-owned. And the fact that a black man owns one of the largest businesses in America is impressive. When Reginald F. Lewis...
You kind of listening, you kind of agreeing with me right there then.
Reginald F. Lewis is one of the biggest black people to ever have owned businesses. It was all over the fact that a black man did this. It wasn't just because he bought it and it was 90-1. It was black. That was a big part of it. Black enterprise ran these stories. And that's another part, right? We've always been secluded. So we need to have spaces and places where we can be celebrated. I don't see and take issue with the fact that black-owned businesses want to promote themselves as black. And I don't think that in itself is holding people back. What I see is holding people back is the fact that you think being black-owned is going to save you. That's not going to happen. You still have to be excellent. You still have to be good, because the fact of the matter is black, white, Asian, Hispanic, goddammit, fuck your ethnicity. Nobody cares. Are you good or not? Can you do what you said you're going to do? That part of her argument I agree with 1,000%. But inherently saying I am a black owned business is holding you back. I can't stand behind that.
Man, once again, I definitely see what she's saying, and I definitely agree with it. Can't put that limit on you. I get what you're saying. You don't want those people, doing business with you and everything. Once again, I think about who was it that is it Black Fortunes? Who was using the white person to actually buy their businesses for them, or go ahead? It really might be the banker. I remember watching the movie The Banker. And the banker, he ended up partnering up with this white guy. Yeah,
we've had people tell us that Will Cyrus, the developer out here in Dallas, he told us a lot of times some of his deals, he sent a white boy in and to get him closed. But
once again, I do feel like those type of things do hinder you. You might be the illest developer ever, man. But if you can't get that property, if you can't get what you want to go ahead and make it happen because you're black. I'm not saying don't take pride in your blackness. That's not what I'm saying, and I don't think that that's what she's saying either. So I don't want it to come off that way if that's what it sounds. It's not saying to not take pride in your blackness, because you definitely should. And whenever I think about black-owned businesses, just because it is a black-owned business, you shouldn't have to worry about that stigma that comes with it. You can still show that you're a black-owned business, like you said, David Stewart, without leading with it. Like, there's different ways where you can see who's being employed in the excellence from those people that's being employed, right? You can say, okay, whenever you walk into this business, it might feel like you see more black people, but whenever you come in, their record also precedes them, right? What type of reputation do they have with the services? One of the people that I think about that comes to mind for me is Will Haggins, bro. Will Haggins will not lead with that he's a black-owned business, but Will definitely incorporates a lot of black-owned services, a lot of black-owned service providers, and then the way that he leads with it is through excellence, and he doesn't care about me being black. He's still going to go ahead and get it.
And again, we're fundamentally coming back to the same point, which is you need to be good at business, point blank, period, right? But I'm going to stand on that. I don't really care for the sentiment that black owned is going to hold you back. And I mean, it's for deeply personal reasons. It's for deeply personal reasons, bro.
This is what I feel like too, bro. So the things that I feel like it will impact you with is, you know how whenever you're applying, you've heard that whenever you apply, you click that you black, or even on certain testing programs, like if you select that you're black, they will sometimes go ahead and demote your score. Or whenever you're applying to certain jobs, they'll go ahead
we've talked about that before.
Yes. So I feel like the same thing happens with saying leading with black-owned business.
Again, we can agree to disagree. This another deeply personal reasons.
It really mattered during COVID. It really mattered during
the political climate's changed. Is what you're about to say.
Happened,
the political climate's changed.
Don't nobody give a damn, bro.
Because the political climate's changed, but the pendulum always swings, and that's one thing I don't want us to ever forget. And where we are now may not be where we are 5 or 6 years from now. And if you feel like being black is the thing that's going to be holding you back, or saying that you're black owned is the thing that's holding you back, I don't think that's the case. I think you just need to be better at business. And your excellence will make up for the difference.
I guess, man. I guess we can just agree to disagree on that.
And that's where it is on that. So we'll move on to the next topic, brother. So now I kind of want to get back to personal finance. That was just about business, black people, right? On this show, like I said, sometimes we focus too heavily to a degree on business and macroeconomics, right? The big picture stuff, which I think is very important to help understand and guide you in your personal financial journey. But there are questions that we can sometimes overlook when it comes to money whenever we talk about big numbers, right? Big macro trends. So we want to focus on some of the micro and put the personal back in personal finance. So Jalen, to kind of kick this segment of the show off, I want to ask you a question that's lighthearted, kind of bring the mood back, right?
Okay, what we got?
All right, so somebody will give you $100,000 for every day you don't wash your ass. How long you going without a shower?
100,000 for every day I don't wash my ass?
Every day you don't wash your behind, you get 100,000. How long can you go without a shower?
Like, am I just doing everyday
No, you can't bathe.
activities?
You can't, no cheating, no shortcut.
No, I'm not talking about no cheat. Am I doing everyday activities? Like, I'm just going with life as is?
I don't care what you do. You can't wash your body.
Can I just chill in the house for like a week straight?
You can't wash your body is the only contingency here.
Man, if I ain't got to go nowhere, hey, baby, I ain't even going to work up a sweat. I'm chilling inside the crib. I'm chilling. Ooh.
No, okay, so all right, because you still sound like you trying to.
I go 10 days. I go 10 days.
10 days at the crib. How long you doing it if you got to live life, go to work, still do everything regular?
Ooh, if I'm working out and doing everything else, ooh, that's hard. I don't even think I can last 2 days. I ain't gonna.
I'll say 10 days, you a funky bitch. 2 days, you a stanky bastard.
Hey man, watch out with all this cussing. Sorry,
That's
y'all.
Not a cuss word.
You said you a funky bitch. That is a cuss word.
Okay, but it's true. 10 days, no bad, bro. But I ain't
doing
gonna
everything that
I ain't
going to work and everything.
That get you to what? That's a smooth million. You know what I'm saying? A smooth million.
Man, I wouldn't be able to sleep though. That's the thing. Like once you get to a certain, because once again, I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna go to work. My job is like physically. Man, I'm gonna be sweaty and stink. Yeah, bro, I can't.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I probably would be able to make it past the second day.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Okay, this is about to sound bad. I know there's been times where you've been like tired and you just fall asleep. You know, and you had a day where you done worked up some sweat, bro. Like days like that, I still will wake up in the middle of the night because I physically cannot.
You feel nasty.
Yeah, I feel so disgusting. I will wake up in the middle of the night and go take a shower versus just laying there all night. So I don't think I could.
So, all right, ladies, skip by 30 seconds in the past. The future you want to hear this. All right, so for my fellas, right, this is what be the determining factor for me. My balls. When them balls get a little too rank, I gotta hop in that bathtub, man. I can't do it, dog. Like I can't. I probably could make it a day and a half, 2 days. Texas summer though, man, I just take the 100,000 and call it a day. You know what I'm saying? I gotta hop in that shower, bro. I got to. You
gotta hop in that shower. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Sweaty balls. That's
the
one
deal
that's gonna
breaker,
get me,
man.
bro.
That's the deal breaker, bro. Like, man, you just feel so nasty. It's just like, ugh.
Yeah, sorry. Hey, I got another. It's also going to depends if I'm manscaped or not. If I'm
that's
nice
a very important factor, bro.
I could go a little bit longer, bro.
If you trim the hedges,
yeah, I'm good. But if the weeds is out of control, Jesus, no.
Oh man,
no.
Can't
Big
do it,
folk
man.
ball, man.
That boy gonna walk in the function smelling crazy.
Smelling like straight glee, boy. Boy, you gonna be funky, boy. I'm telling you, I can't do it, man. I know the thing for me is I know the things I've said about people that walk in smelling sour, dog. I can't be that, dog,
bro.
Big sour, funky, nasty. Oh no, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'll probably be able to do the 10. Cause after
you think you can do 10 days
for the M ski without washing my? Hey, babe, I'm sorry. I'm not even gonna sleep in the bed for the next 10 days. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be on the sofa because I don't even want to put you through that. But
well, your house gonna stink.
after them 10 days, we gonna just get up out this house,
bro. The kids gonna look at you and they gonna turn their nose up in disgust.
We're gonna say, Dada,
stank.
Just gonna be stank. Dada gonna be stank for a second.
Oh man. But yeah, dog, that's just a little silly, goofy question, dog. Just like I said, bring the mood back. I know we have our differences and opinions, but it's all love, always, family that's listening. So yeah, we want to know how long y'all would do it, man. Because I know me, like I said, 2-3 days top, man. Look, I'll figure it out. I'll take the 100, 200. We'll make it move. I'm not going for generational wealth just for being a funky ass. Yeah, we ain't doing that. Stank ball.
That.
But.
Yeah. So what was your max again? Would you land on?
I say probably 3 days, bro.
3 days?
3 days is tops. Yeah, like, because I know me, bro. I be using the bathroom, dog. I'm regular.
All right, man. This is enough. I'm straight on you, man.
I can't do it, dog.
Big crud monster. Swamp booty ass.
Just walking around stinking up the whole environment, bro.
You know that damn that
wet
sound
beat?
that they be using on yeah. That's gonna be you, dog.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I'll do it for the M ski. Cause I ain't gonna lie. I want to go on Survivor, so that's 28 days of.
I do Survivor.
Right,
but I mean, that's different, bro. You can still you can hit yourself with a little 1-2 with the little water. They be having like their little makeshift shower out there. You know what I'm saying?
They ain't got no soap.
But still, you feel like you're doing something. Throw a little water on my back, make it feel like I did something. Oh man. All right. So moving into a more serious or grounded topic, rather less whimsical. So this is going back to money and our perception of money, right? A lot of times as people, we do things with money because we want to be perceived a certain way. So my question for you, bro, is what's something that you buy or pay for to maintain an image to other people?
My hair, I ain't gonna lie to you. That's one of
That's
my
fair.
things.
I'm getting a retwist this weekend.
This is probably the longest I've been without a retwist, and I'm once again feel like I ain't been like the bath thing. Like I'm like, damn. But my hair has gotten a lot longer, so it don't look as crazy as it used to.
Once your locks be mature, it's not like when you got the starter locks and you start having a little fro on your head. But that's the only thing, though, you think that's about it?
For my appearance. Because, for me, bro, like, it ain't vehicles, bro. I've been riding around with a broke truck window for how many years now? And people be more worried about my truck.
But I can't talk about you because my truck dented on one side and I don't give a damn.
I look at that truck like, hey, point A to point B, help me make some money, dog. You going to help me move some stuff? Let me load up a trailer. I can do whatever. Man, I don't care about that part. I'm trying to think. Ooh.
Why
I know something else.
Okay.
You say like to keep up an appearance?
Yeah.
Not even just to keep up an appearance, but something that I like to indulge in is fragrances, bro. Like, I'll spend some good money on fragrances just to be like, ooh, I want to smell good. That's something else that I can say. Back in the day, I used to spend way too much money on shoes. I haven't done that in a while, but I used to spend a lot of money on shoes, trying to get drops and purchasing shoes, like resale and everything like that. Used to spend way too much money on shoes. What else? To keep up a perception of me.
Maintain an image specifically for other people.
I don't care though. Like for me, I don't care what it looked like whenever I'm going through a certain period of my life. Once again, the biggest thing is I would just want to make sure make sure my hair is taken care of. I can do that part. Keep up like the face and with like shaving and all of that shit to maintain my image. But the clothes, I don't have to have designer clothes, designer shoes and everything. Nigga, we was just on the phone earlier. I told you these shoes at Walmart look kind of fire.
Yeah, and I was like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not a materialistic dude either. Design, all that don't mean nothing to me. But Walmart shoes is where I draw the line in the sand. We is not buying no Shaqs in this house.
It wasn't Shaqs.
That boy was going to be running around some And-Ones and some Shaqs and some Felines. It is 2026.
It was some, what them is with the AVs or Avies.
Oh, the Airwalks, the fake vans?
They're not even fake vans. Like, they look like like a New Balance or some shit like that.
Hey, teach they on. Again,
it's
brands
like
don't really mean.
It's like a dad sneaker.
Hey, you a dad. I'll let you make it, man. I'll let you make it. But for me, bro, you were talking about vehicles earlier. And I will say, like, I've since gotten out of it. But whenever I was into the rental car business, I really enjoyed owning a BMW, bro. Simply for the fact that it does provide you with a different image, right? So it made me probably hold on to the car longer than I wanted to because I enjoyed the fact that people perceive you different whenever you come out of a luxury car, whether you want to admit it or not. I have a truck that got a dent on one side and a BMW that's nice. It's a clean luxury car. It runs quiet. It's smooth. Yeah. I noticed the difference of how people treated me whenever pulling up to a restaurant for a date. And I get out of the car and hand the valet my keys. It's just a little bit more of a like, oh, okay, I see you, bro. You know, like, oh, that's a nice whip. Versus I give them my truck key. They like, get a load of this guy. Like, truck all dented on one side, you know. So to maintain an image in that sense, I probably kept that car longer than I should have. My boy recommended to me at one point. He was like, hey, man, listen, you're getting closer to that 100,000. When you hit that 100,000, you're going to have some issues. And yeah, that bad boy started having them issues.
Who had told you that?
AJ. AJ was trying to sell me a car, though. My boy AJ was definitely trying to sell me a car. But it was all good. Like, just for an image, outside of myself personally, I am not too big on image because of the way I was brought up. Like, yeah, you want to look nice. You want to make sure, you know, you're neat and presentable. But to do so, you don't have to flex money. And I don't think you or I have ever really had that as a major issue.
Yeah.
Now, I
will say, back in the day, like whenever I was adjusting, I definitely was going out partying too much and like buying drinks and like rounds and shit.
So I was about to bring that up, right? So now when I'm out and about, I do have a pride about myself.
Yeah.
I don't want to be on another man's tab.
Yeah, nah, fuck.
Like,
forget that.
I'm good, brother. Like, I have that pride about myself. Like, even in situations where it probably was like, this isn't the greatest financial decision for you right now. Like, you could do better with your money. Because I definitely done it before. Some summers where I was making like 15 in a month, I bought a couple bottles in the club. Went to the strip club and was like, oh nigga, you kind of wilding, bro. Like, what the? Yeah. You see that bank statement, you like, nigga, did you just spend that much money on that? Did you have that good of a time? Like, was it really that lit?
Had a great time.
I mean, yeah, you had a good time, but it's like $400 for a $30 bottle.
You ain't lying. Yeah, that's pretty preposterous.
You know. And
then even with that, like letting people that's not even in your section, people that you ain't never met, just, hey, yeah, y'all get a shot, y'all. Yeah.
No. Oh, no. We wasn't doing that. The hoes can come though.
I was about to say, David, we've done it before. What are you talking about?
The hoes. When you say people, let's get specific. Like, and this is past us, y'all. So if my girl listening, baby, listen, that's not what we doing no more.
Yeah, this is
we ain't doing none of that no more. But yeah, back in the day, that was the play, you know. But in terms of like maintaining an image, I think that pride about myself was the image, right? The image of a self-sufficient person who doesn't need the assistance or a handout from somebody.
Whenever you probably shouldn't have been out in the first place.
There you go. You said it. You just hit the nail on the head. I could have sat my ass down.
Yeah, you
I could have been at the crib
and not even put yourself in that position.
And when it comes to maintaining an image, I feel like that's where a lot of us get caught up in lifestyle creep, right? We start making a little bit more money, and now we want our income to match our lifestyle. And you end up in a cycle where it's like, you hearing about it now, I think it's a third of the people earning over 250 are living check to check. So somebody hearing that, like, it sounds absurd. I can't imagine making a $250,000 a year,
and I'm living check to check,
paycheck to paycheck. But
that's crazy.
Lifestyle inflates along with income more times than not. It is just the American way, unfortunately. Keeping up with the Joneses, whatever you want to call it, this is something that's almost inbred into us, especially within our community. Like, whenever you have grown up not necessarily having or doing all these things, once you have your adult money, you want to have these experiences that you felt like you were deprived of. And that's a slippery slope that a lot of people end up on. I see people get new jobs all the time, and all of a sudden, now they outside every day. Damn, you wasn't outside all the time before you started making a little over six figures. So why switch up now? You know, like, you gotta be able to keep your foot on the gas whenever you get those type of opportunities to separate yourself. I think The Millionaire Next Door is the best book that illustrates this. If you've never read it, I highly suggest you do. It's a book that details what the average millionaire actually looks like in America. Because a lot of times we think of millionaires as what we see on social media. We see people taking trips. We see people out the country. They on yachts. And a lot of times, Bali. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong. Not saying that everybody's in debt that's doing that. But there are a lot of people who are doing it, who are financing it through debt, or are putting themselves in a negative financial position to do so. So their lifestyle looks lit. But financially,
they clearing the Warriors. They have to pay all
Clan the Warriors.
Afterpay All Stars. I'm telling you, man.
That's gonna be the All-Star game for the debt All-Star game. You a Clan the Warrior or Afterpay All-Star?
I'm telling you, dog. Like, a lot of people, because I ain't even gonna lie to you, like, in college and even in high school, I used to wonder how are these people affording this? We live in the same little small college town. It ain't that many job opportunities around here. You ain't, like, I've heard where you come from. I heard what your parents do for work. So how is you affording all of this stuff? But me having my first roommate, it definitely opened my eyes, because I had a roommate, Tyler, white boy. Bro, he would call his mama every week. Ma, I need $250 for groceries.
And what do you do with that $250? So much
so, she just ended up adding this man as an authorized user on the credit card. Had this man on the credit card, bro. Bro was just smoking it away.
Buying weed. Was good for that one, bro.
Buying a zip a week.
A white guy I hung out with in college, a couple of them, they pull that play.
Bro, it was like, it ain't that much damn groceries in the world, nigga. What are you eating, a Wagyu and lobster every night?
And we talking about the 2015, 2016 economy.
Brother,
I was out here making noodles. It on $800 a month.
Make it work.
$800 a month, and my rent was $300. I was living on $500 for the month.
At that point, we was living on campus too, bro. Eat the calf, nigga. I'm not sending you that.
But that's just, again, that coming up with that upbringing, those differences, like seeing that. And that's actually a pretty good segue to the next question that I had, right? Because our parents really do shape our relationships with money, right? We learn more from seeing what they do than what they tell us we should do. And
say more.
Whenever you look at how your parents handled money, it does shape your relationship with money, specifically more like your anxiety about money, right? So that's kind of my question for you, right? How did your parents' relationship with money shape your current anxiety or perception about money?
That's a good question. I'm gonna be honest, because neither one of my parents had really great relationships with money from the outside looking in, bro. Because with my mom, 5 kids, single mom, like, she did
You
what she
shared
did.
stories before.
Yeah, like for me, the Christmas was tax season. Tax season was Christmas. I mean, even around Christmas, she would go into debt or like do stuff just to make sure that we had a good Christmas or good holidays and stuff like that. Which, outside looking in now, I'm like, maybe that's probably not the best. And I'm just trying to see, like, from an anxiety standpoint, what does that look like me? Because, okay, I can kind of like elaborate a little bit more. For me, I don't like feeling like I don't have it. I don't feel like feeling like, oh, damn. I don't like making less than a certain amount of money at a job. Even with like my time now at a job, I feel like my time is valuable. Like, I need you to pay me properly because I need to make sure that I'm compensated well enough. That way I don't have to do these certain things, or I don't have to wait until tax time to get these certain things. Like, whenever I feel like things get tight, I definitely do be like, damn, okay, what do we have to do to go ahead and make some more money?
Definitely. So why do you feel that way, though? I want to get deeper, man. Let's peel this onion back.
I've experienced having your lights cut off. I've experienced having your water cut off. I don't want to feel like that. That's not a good feeling. Like, I've experienced that. I've experienced coming home to eviction notice on the door. Like, damn, where we gonna live? Oh, we gotta go stay with our auntie and our uncle, or we gotta go live with our grandmother for a little while. Like, that's not cool. Even as far as like things with my kids, right? I've experienced us having to use hand-me-downs and old school clothes and all of these type of things. So I want to make sure that, hey, I can provide for them. I want to make sure that they don't have to go through those things. I remember, once again, shoe thing. I've always been a shoe person. But I remember my mama telling me, oh yeah, I'm gonna get you some Jordans. You go, you being a little kid. Yeah, I'm gonna get the new Jordans that drop. Then you say that 4 weeks in a row, you ain't getting no Jordans. Hey man, you a liar. You a liar. Jayla, you ain't gonna never get no Jordans. And then that kind of like, puts a little, it wasn't that my value was tied to it, but it definitely makes you feel like, damn, I'm not accepted as one of the cool kids or something like that whenever I was younger. What would you say your answer is with your parents? And
So I grew up in a relatively stable household. We two-parent household.
Before you get too deep into it, that one other thing, I think for me also saving, that's why saving is such a big thing too, because I've definitely experienced my mom and them having to borrow money and all of these things. For me, I don't like asking people to borrow money. I don't like having to owe people or anything like that either, because I've seen my mama borrow money from her brothers and sisters, and then I've also heard my uncles and aunts talk about my mom, oh, she don't never pay no money back, or she need this, she need that. So I never like asking people for money. If I do borrow that money, as soon as I can go ahead and give it to you, like, I'll go back to being like living by the bare minimum just to clear my debt off with whoever it is.
Yeah, I kind of do the same, honestly. So with me growing up, I grew up in a 2-parent household. Shout out to mom and dad. Love them to death. Me, my mom, my dad, my younger sister. And we never were rich, but we never really wanted for anything. Like, we lived a very simple life. And I think regarding anxiety with money, what our lifestyle has kind of created for me in that way is my parents are savers, not investors. So my biggest anxiety is around not just having enough money for today, but having enough money for myself and to make sure that my family is good. Because it's not like they don't have assets or anything like that, but that was not something that we discussed. Money was a very taboo topic in the household. Like, we never talked about it. They never taught me much about it. It was always just, make sure you save your money. Make sure you save your money. Or like, the conversations about money often came down to luck. It was like, if somebody has money, they got lucky.
Like,
if somebody has
something like that, they got a lawsuit or something like that.
Yeah. And what I know now as an adult and what I can see like with my 2020 hindsight is, yeah, there's a degree of luck to it, but a lot more of it is habit. Love my dad to death. My dad's very free-hearted. He's very not
laissez-faire.
Yeah, that's a perfect word. Laissez-faire with the money. Like, let it be. Like, hey, he's done work for people. They hadn't paid him. He let them get their car back. Me?
I needs that. I'm about to slap a tracker. About to slap a tracker on that boy.
Boy, you're not
kill switch.
You're not getting that car back. Boy, I need my money. What you talking about? You not what? Or
what
like
car?
Little things like the lottery, for instance, right? That is one of those things that like my dad will play it, and it's little things he would just say all the time. Like, oh man, y'all, little jokey things like, man, I'm gonna hit it big. I ain't got to work no more. And like kind of putting it off like the only way that we can get to that financial prosperity or to a level where we're more comfortable or even more stable than what we have, right, is gonna be through luck.
You is getting deeper, bro, because now I'm thinking about my mom and my dad are gamblers too. For sure, my mama would go to the casino and try to hit jackpot on the thing, on the whatchamacallit. So I don't like gambling either.
I'm not a gambler, and like and my dad's not a gambler. Nobody in my family, like my mom and dad, honestly, if thinking about it relative to their families, they're the more financially responsible ones. Specifically, my mama. She's way more responsible than anybody else in her family. Like, so much more responsible than them. But it's just the mentality. And this is not to denigrate the past generation. I feel like we have to build upon the foundation that they laid. They didn't have the access to some of the information that we had access to. So I can understand certain things, but my biggest anxiety definitely is around just hearing those financial regrets of not making or taking action. So my biggest anxiety now is like, I gotta be investing. Even when I'm down on my dick broke, bro, I'm still putting money in the market. Like, I'm on unemployment at one point. Like, my financial low point came in 2021 whenever I transitioned from working full-time for BWR to having to seek employment because the rental business failed. My savings are depleted. I lost my passion for what I was doing to generate income online, and I just wasn't doing what I needed to do. So I just kind of went through this state where I'm just watching my money go down. And like, even then, even at that point, I still felt compelled to put something in the market, even if it was only $5 to $10, because I just feel this extreme conviction that I have to take care of me 30 years from now, regardless of what's going on today. No matter how bad things get, you need to still be putting something away. And I'm always been really big on that. And I also think it's really kind of got me with a more aggressive risk tolerance than them. I still think because of, small town country things, sometimes you don't want to take those risks. The people around you reinforce your beliefs a lot of the times. And when you use them for a sounding board, it can sometimes push you out of the risk that you will be willing to take.
And I think that kind of like plays into the part that we talked about at the beginning of the show. Like, what are you willing to do for image? That was something that growing up, image really did. Like my mom, she would definitely try to keep up with image, nails, hair, and everything like that. But I was also around my grandmothers a lot. And my grandmothers and them, they didn't care. They was going to go ahead and wear their old clothes, wear these old shoes, but they would at least clean it. There was a pride to them about themselves of making sure, hey, I'm going to take care of my stuff. So that's something that I've always had, is me taking care of my stuff. Like, even my friends now, some of them call me a hoarder, bro. Because they're like, bro, you got clothes from high school, which to me, that's still great. I can still fit clothes from high school, bro.
I got a couple of shit from high school, too, like, so I feel you.
to me, I feel like that's great. I can still fit stuff that I wore in high school to me. But they like, bro, come on, man. You got to at least be willing to buy stuff for yourself. You got to at least be willing to treat yourself. Like Hassan, he always like, hey, man, when the last time you bought you some new shoes? Once again, at one point I used to spend a lot of money on shoes, but recently I have not been worrying about buying shoes and everything like that. Once again, my focus is how can I invest money, make sure that I still have enough money that I'm putting back for tomorrow. How can I make sure that I'm saving some money to make sure that I have this rainy day fund? Because like you, once again, I don't like asking people for money. So what does that look like if all else fails? I got a family I got to take care of. Like, where's this money going to come from? What do I need to do to make sure that we're insulated in case something happens? But once again, clothes and everything, I will keep some of that stuff for a very long time. But that's also because that's what I've seen my grandparents do, is they are like, even whenever we're going on trips and everything, right? One of the biggest things my grandmother would say is, boy, why you got to go buy some new clothes? Them people out there ain't never seen you wear that before.
Hey, Granny's spit. That's Miss Pat tell you that one, huh?
You know it.
That sounds like Miss Pat.
I'm like, you know what? She kind of right, but I still do have this thing where I will go buy a few new pieces and everything like
Natural.
that. Before
everybody does it.
Yeah, before going on vacation, because you do want to feel like, okay, I want a newer shirt and everything. You can still tell whenever some stuff is worn, some stuff is older or whatever. Like you could tell if you're really looking at stuff like that. So that's kind of like another part of the perception for me that kind of like shaped who I am today, and I don't need to go ahead and buy all of these new things. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm a thrifter. I love to buy secondhand stuff. I love to find extra value in things that people not gonna go ahead and do. Like, how can I repurpose this? How can I go ahead and get some more life out of this? That's me as a person, and that might be holding me back financially as well.
Hey, I'm glad you mentioned that, because that was something that I was about to bring up, is relating to your parents' relationship with money, right? How often do you think that their solution was, I need to reduce my lifestyle versus I need to generate more income? Because for me, right, my dad is the generate more income person. He's always had, the way he describes, he got one foot on base and, got one like he ready to go on off. Because he's going to keep a 9-to-5. He's going to keep a job. But he always had alternative sources of income as a mechanic, either fixing and flipping cars, things of that nature. So that always put that in me that, hey, man, like, the solution isn't always reducing your lifestyle. Sometimes you need to find ways to generate more income, even though that may not happen as quickly as you want it to, but you're going to have to, like, get up off your ass and get it, man. That's the only way your pocket's going to expand.
That's a very good question. So for both of my parents, right? My dad is going to side hustle, go ahead, have something going on, some type of side job. He's going to be doing something. For my mom, her work ethic, like work-wise, she would always work. But on the weekends and spare time, she was turning up. Like, my mama was partying. She was turning up. I would just go ahead and call a spade a spade. I didn't see my mom. I would hear her talk about, oh, I want to open a business. I want to do these things to generate more money. But I didn't see her actually do that part, right? Like,
take the steps.
Yeah, I didn't see her take the steps. But my dad, I would see him do the side hustle. I see him do these little things, which I'm quick to go figure out a side hustle. I'm quick to go cut some grass or whatever, because those are things that I've helped my dad with. I've helped him go cut grass, go cut yards before. I've helped him lay floor. I helped him do drywall and everything like that. So those skills definitely did give me, those experiences did give me skills that I can use to make different side hustles and to keep generating money. So I definitely think seeing both of those, because my mom had the passion, but I didn't see her actually do it. It made me more willing to say, okay, I've heard her speak about these type of things, so that must be how you go ahead and make money. Because as a kid, I remember I've always would say, oh, I want to own my own business, because I would hear her say that, oh, I want to open a restaurant. My mom loves to cook. She would always, I want to open a restaurant.
And she can cook too.
I want to do this.
Y'all see, I'm a big boy, boy. I used to go to that house and tear down, boy. Shit.
She loves to cook, and even if whenever it was times like I said where the rent was due and eviction, or even if she would have just said, I'm gonna sell plates, I'm gonna do these type of things, I think that could have helped her generate a lot of money, and that could have shown her that her talent and her skills for food could have been a viable means for income, but she didn't take those risks.
Yeah, man. So listeners, I want to hear from y'all, man. Y'all tell us, like, what about your parents' relationship with money you feel like has impacted you, and how have you navigated that through your adulthood, right? I think that's a big thing that we all can relate to, nature versus nurture, right? The nurture part of it is what your parents, you've seen them do. But the nature part is like kind of what's in you, right? We want to hear from you guys. Y'all hit us up on Patreon, free to join, just to hit us with a message. We'd love to hear from you guys about that, right? Okay.
Yes,
so
sir.
Moving on, last topic of the day. We're sticking on relationships and money. This is actually something that I've seen go viral on socials, on threads. And I would love to get your opinion on this. So, guys, I'm going to put up a clip. One brief moment.
250 to 350.
What is the minimum range for your partner?
250.
Do you know what the average salary is in the United States?
Yes, I've heard all the stats.
It's at 64. So at 200, why is that not acceptable? And this is a no judgment, so I'm not going to push back on this. I just want to understand the logic.
This moment with Nikki made me think about something I've seen for years. When I talk about finding a partner in America, income is usually one of the first 3 things people mention. But in Britain, it is rarely mentioned at all. Now, neither is automatically right or wrong, but we may be using money to answer different questions about love, security, ambition, class, and independence. So my question to you is simple. Should a partner's income matter?
What is your income?
Should the income matter, like what they make?
So just kind of taking that clip, right? The lady, she mentions that it kind of got cut off at the beginning, but he asked her how much does she make. She mentioned she makes $250 to $350 a year. You're going through and asking these questions about, basically he brought out the averages. Everybody knows the averages. We don't have to go through and rehash that. But her thing was she wouldn't date a man who makes less than. He even asked, like, what if it was 200? And she's like, no, I don't, that's not acceptable for me. What I find interesting about this conversation is the dialogue and the discourse that occurred online afterward. A lot of the discourse kind of became centered around the fact that Black women are being asked to settle. And I just don't understand how that is taken out of this, right? Because when it comes to income and should your partner's income matter, I definitely think it matters, right? But the latter half of this video it's less about the income and more about values, class, and perception to a degree.
So for me personally, no, it doesn't make a difference for me. And since I've been with my girl, we moved in together, and we started to maintain a household together. There's been times where I've made a lot more money than her whenever I was adjusting. I took care of everything. I was like, hey, don't worry about it. There's also times whenever I lost my job, and now it's like, dang, once again, I'm cutting grass. I'm doing these things just to maintain, or once again, I saved up so much money while I was adjusting, while I was making this good money. I was able to say, okay, I can at least live off of this. But now, as you kind of stated in your story earlier, I'm watching my funds deplete. It's getting hard. It's getting tight. But at that point, for me as a man, I hated that feeling, bro. Like, that was probably one of of the worst moments I've ever felt in my life is being jobless, and my woman is helping to maintain and keep the house afloat. But at the same time, that made me kind of like strip some pride away. It made me look at like we are really a team. She didn't look at me any differently. We were still able to, survive and take care of our bills, take care of our household while I went through that rough period in my life. And she never threw that in my face. She never made me feel inferior or anything like that. So that was a big lesson for me in just what it looks like to have a true partnership. And then it swung again where I come in, I start making more money. Now I got a better job and I'm willing to pick up the slack where, okay, if I'm making more, you don't have to spend money on these certain bills. You don't have to worry about these certain bills. I am stepping down in my current role to where now my finances are about to flip again. And she just got a new job where she about to start making more money again. But I look at it as a partnership. I know a lot of people talk about, the 50-50 and all of this and that. For me and my wife, what works for us is we're a team. How can we go ahead and do this to make sure that we're working to, one, take care of our kids, take care of our household, and to take care of one another? Because there's been times where, hey, she ain't got it, I'm going to take care of your car note for you this month. I'm going to take care of your phone bill. I'm going to take care of all of these. And then vice versa. I don't have it, and she's stepped in, and she's been that bridge and that pillar for me. So for me personally, it doesn't matter what my partner's making. The only thing that really matters to me, kind of like you said, is the values, your character. What does that look like? But also, are you striving to get to the next level? Even if that next level looks like $5,000 more or $10,000 more a year, are you striving to get to that next level, or are you being complacent?
And you said something there that I think I want to make a key distinction, right? Because you're married. Partnership is the word that you brought up, right? So I think whenever we talk about people that are dating, so I'm dating, me and my girl, we've been together about 6 months. Shout out to you, Tasha.
Yes, sir, my boy. Yes, sir.
But like when dating, I feel like more times than not, that becomes such a big barrier, right? Because when you're married, at that point, it shouldn't matter anymore, right? I think Chris and Princess said it the best whenever we had him on the show. It's not 50-50, it's 100-100. We both all in on this, right? But when dating, and I think this is why people always say the dating pool has piss in it, people often obfuscate money for someone's values. And whenever you do that, you put yourself in a position that you're bracketing yourself off from certain people. Now, this is no shade to the lady that's talking here, right? Her making $250 a year and not wanting to have somebody that makes less than that, I can understand it if she's a woman with traditional values, XYZ. But chances are, as a career-driven woman who's making that amount of money, you're probably not as traditional as you think, right? So you shouldn't have such a traditionalist view on income and finance, in my opinion. Now, as a man, I have very traditional values. I believe that, yes, I should pay for dates. Yes, I should take care of the bigger bills. Financially speaking, does that always make sense? No. Are there women that I've not dated because I've known they made more money than me? Yes, I've done that in the past, where it's like, she outside of my price range. Like, I heard your ignorant ass. See, me, I'm a gentleman. I say, hey, look, I'm going to go on here and bow out gracefully.
I'm going to take care of that date, but also you can spend a little money on them. You can draw that back. Spend that shit.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Sorry, I'm not with it. I don't like it, honestly. Yeah, I don't like it personally. Like, I do have those traditional values. I was brought up in that type of manner, right? Where
I do not have a problem with a woman paying for a date for me. But once again, if
we've been together for a while,
I was about to say, will I let it be the first date?
Yeah,
no. First date, I'm gonna take care of that. Like
we 6 months in. That was the first date she paid for, like 4 weeks ago. Like, really? Yeah, because that's just not how I roll. That's not how I came up, right?
How did that come about then? She was just like, baby, I got it.
Well, I told her like, hey, listen, I'm doing too much in July. I told her straight up. I said, listen, I got too much going on. I'm going on 2 trips.
How that made you feel as a man then?
Honestly, it was a little relieving to have the conversation with her because that wasn't something that was brought up before.
Well, she said, let Big Mama take care of you.
That's not what she said. But she was like, well, like after I mentioned it to her, because I was like, normally we go on dates like once or twice a month, go do different things, right? And I put the bill, no complaints, no nothing, right? That's just how it goes. But then I told her, like, hey, yo, look, this month, we're going to have to slow it down. Like, I ain't going to be able to do that right now because I got this, that, and the third that I'm doing, and I had some unexpected expenses come up. So listen, we're going to have to chill out. And she was like, that's understandable. We do be doing a lot. We go a lot of places. We do these things. And I appreciate that you do those things for me. That meant a lot to me. I think, when we start having these money conversations, appreciation goes so far. Like, there are people that just because they feel like they make more money, they don't appreciate the things that somebody who may make less than them do. Mm-hmm. And that's where it gets a little weird. But back to us, right? With me and her, she was like, hey, you always do these things. Let me take you out, right? I was like, okay, that's cool. Like, that's nice. It was different. I'm not going to lie. It was different. It was like, okay, I feel weird not grabbing the check whenever they come here. But hey, this is your idea. I'm going to let you pay for it, baby. I told you we were going to sit our head down. You said, no, let's go somewhere. I said, okay, you paying for it? Oh, fuck it. I'll do it this time. My apologies. I didn't mean to cuss.
It's all good, man.
But kind of just going back into this whole thing with this clip, right? And back to that conversation about standards. I think that's where, when we start talking about this dating pool having piss in it thing, that's where the conversation really gets skewed, because people think money is the only standard, right? Or like money as a standard inherently means this person has these character traits that I'm looking for. And that's just factually not true. There are people who can make great money and be great people, and there are people who make great money who are terrible people. Men who make great money, like, so you'll see this is the thing, right? Women will say, hey, I wouldn't date a man that makes less than me, right? And then guys will be in the comments saying, well, a man that makes $150 don't care what his woman make. She could make $50,000 and he wouldn't care. So why is it so different for a woman, right? And realistically, when it comes to me, and obviously I'm biased, I'm a man, I think with the men that say that, it is to a degree a control thing. They want to feel financially like they're superior, but also it's a values thing. Whereas like the woman who they are going for likely is more aligned with what they actually want, which is the qualities that they're looking for. Are you family oriented, or if that's what you're looking for? That's what I'm looking for, right? Family oriented. Are you level headed? Do you get
how you react under pressure?
How you react under pressure? Are you a lustful person? Because that's very important. Like, if you got a partner who they feel like they got so many options and they could just do whatever they want, are you a loyal person? Like, these are the more important questions that we should be concerned with, not how much they make and how much they can spend on me. Because if all you looking at is that dollar sign, they can get a lot of other BS past you.
It's a fact. That's good questions, bro. The one thing I want to talk about, whenever you said the woman that makes 150 versus the man making 50, the other thing that I have seen, I'm not saying all women do this, because we just gave great examples with our women, but also, I don't know for you, I know my woman don't make $150,000. I have seen those women that are in that realm tend to emasculate men whenever they are with them. And
they hit them with that Joan Clayton.
Yeah, they make a lot less than them. They will emasculate them and kind of talk to them a little crazy if they're taking care of the bills and stuff like that.
You ever seen that episode of Girlfriends? I don't know if you got the reference that I was making.
I know who Joan Clayton is.
She said, if you want to be the head of household, you better make some head of household money. I said, ooh, I know that nigga pride was hurt.
I had a coworker like that, bro. I think I talked about her before. She was like, you know, if me and the guy that I end up marrying are both like assistant managers, I need him to become like a co-manager or a store manager, like within a certain amount of time, or that's a wrap. Like, we can't be on the same level. We can't, like, he has to be above me, if it is. And like, that's her value is, I don't want me to make the same or more than my man. I need him to make more than me.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like societally, that's where we've been not indoctrinated, but kind of taught to expect, because that's how things have been forever, right? That you talk to your granddaddy, your granddaddy was able to have your mama working at, not even at the house, working a regular job, you know, like,
I'm telling you.
And society and times have changed so much that that's just not the reality for most people these days. But I to each their own. But I do think that when we start talking about the dating pool and people who are like chronically single, we got to start looking at what we're calling our standards. Fuck your standards. What's your values? What do you really want out of a partner? Like, let's get to the real conversations and stop staying on these surface level takes about relationships and how much money I should make versus they should make. Can you see yourself being with this person? Do you see value in them? Every person we talk to that's in a successful relationship, they have that partnership mentality. They had this mentality and they believe in their partner. So that, okay, even if they in this season of things aren't the greatest for them right now, I believe that they'll come out of that and be even better on or greater on the other side. And too often, I think we lose the forest for the trees. Like, we don't be seeing what's actually going on here. We just think about the immediate, let's what is going on right now. If I don't like this right now, I got options. I got options everywhere. I got Hinge, I got Tinder, I got Instagram. I got people I could go talk to that ain't on what he on. And this I feel like we got, like, what do they call it whenever in marketing? Whenever you give people too many options.
Oversaturation?
I don't think that's the actual term.
I know what you're talking about, though.
Whenever you give,
like, you
present too many options,
catch-up brands and everything like that.
Yeah, well, like, or you're on a store, you're trying to sell something to somebody, and you got like 50 different options that they can pick from. Like, you had the Cheesecake Factory. You just got it's overwhelming. You got too many options. You feel like you could, I don't know if I want the chicken Alfredo or the brick oven pizza or the brisket. Like, we all over the damn place, right? And I feel like that's how too many people think about relationships these days. It's like, oh, I got all these options. Why should I just settle for this or choose this? Whenever
in reality,
you probably had something that was decent and worth exploring.
Decent and genuine. Because that's another thing that I think a lot of people overlook is genuineness of relationships and genuineness of people, right? Like, if you got somebody who's genuine, somebody who you can tell it ain't no blow by the wind and everything, that's something you should hold on to.
Facts, man. Because it's too many people that's out here that's just like, they ain't on shit, bro. They ain't on nothing. Like, why? Yeah, it might look good, but is it good for you? Like, we gotta have these real conversations, man. But yeah, I that's all I got on the topic, bro. I don't know. You got anything else you want to add?
Nah, man, I ain't got nothing else I want to add, dog.
Okay, cool deal. Well, family, this has been a different episode. We hope that y'all have enjoyed
I do got
it.
something I want to add.
This nigga here, man. I'm about to punch this nigga in the head.
I want my woman to make less money than me so I can practice financial abuse. I lie.
Whoa.
I'm joking.
Hey, you sound like OG that was on Joe Budden now. Talking about some. If I tell you to shut up, you think it's wise? Keep talking.
I'm joking, man. I do not want to practice financial abuse.
Abuse is abuse. You gonna be like the nigga off Diary of a Bad Black Woman, evil and dark skin.
Hey man, that's toe up, dog. That's hilarious. But nah, I'm joking, bro. Man. I don't have anything else, bro.
Okay, bro. Well, Family, again, y'all, thank you so much. If you're still listening to this point, we love you. We appreciate you. We hope that you found some value in this episode. As mentioned, it's a little different than what we normally talk about. We want to get a little bit more personal, bring the personality back to personal finance. So definitely hope that you've gained some insight or some value. We would definitely love to hear from you all. Y'all go join us on Patreon. We just got a new subscriber on Patreon, actually.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. You done did the shit to your audio again, boy.
I did. It's
okay. I'm gonna close us out so you ain't got to go worry about it again. But
is it still sounding pretty terrible?
Yeah, you sound awful. Shout out to Trey Sweet Savings. He just joined us on Patreon. Y'all come on, join us over on Patreon. We get these episodes out early to the people, our patrons, the wealthy people over there. And we want to hear from y'all. Shoot us a message if you find value in any of the episodes, any topics y'all want to hear more about, anything you want to see us discuss. Definitely let us know. That's the best way to reach us. Always leave us that 5-star rating and review. It helps us continue to grow the show and get it to more people like you who need to know this information or have these types of conversations. So that's all I got for this time. Until next time, family, this is Black Wealth Renaissance. Why your face turned up like that? What you want to say, man? Say it. Say it with the bad audio. Say it with the bad audio so the people can hear it. I want to hear you say it. Your face all twisted up and turned up. I need to hear you say it.
I'm a mime.
All right, family. Well, until next time, this is Black Wealth Renaissance signing out. Peace.
Feel like we finna change the cycle, ayy. That's the most success, you know we thriving, ayy. That's the most depression for our rivals, ayy. Could teach a lesson on survival, ayy. You know I'm from the bottom.